How are you? There's a friend of mine who's a policeman, a guard, and he was telling me that they've got a relief cleaner in the station because their normal cleaner, who's been there for years, she's away last week and next week. And during the week, she came in, this new cleaner, the relief cleaner, she came in and she started to do her work. She starts off by doing the dusting, and she was over at a board with a load of photographs on the wall. And she says, what are they? And it was the photographs of people that the police had to look out for, people who had bench warrants against them, people who hadn't turned up in court, people who were suspects in crimes, or people who the police needed to help them with their inquiries, whatever it was. But they were there, and it was for the policemen that day to go out and keep an eye out for them. She says, what are they for? So they explained to her, there was 3 or 4 guards in the office, they explained to her, quite similarly to what I've just said. And she says, typical police, no wonder there's criminals all over the place, you can't catch anybody. And they said, beg your pardon? And she says, listen, she says, you have no system, that's what's wrong with you. And they said, what do you mean we've no system? She says, listen, I'm a cleaner, I have a system. I come in, I do me dusting first, then I do the polishing around the tables and the other surfaces. Then I empty the bins, and last but not least, she says, I do the hoovering when all the dust is settled on the ground. She says, and everything is spotless. I have a system, and the system works, and that's how you've no system. And they said, how do you mean? Well, I'll tell you, she said, you've no system, she said. You're looking for these fellas, she said. Why didn't you hang on to them when you were taking their photographs? You can't argue with the logic of that, I suppose. Dublin old ears are the best, they really are.